Welcome back to another episode of the Hermit Poetry Series. I'm Neil Aitken, and on this channel I read poetry, mostly work by contemporary poets, occasionally poems of my own, and once in a while poems from the past. Today's poem comes to us from Gary Jackson from his collection Missing You, Metropolis. This was published by Graywolf Press in 2010 and was the Cave Canem Poetry Prize winner, selected by Yusef Komunyakaa. The collection revolves around Gary Jackson's love of comic books and comic book universes, villains and superheroes, but also finds a way to use these as a means of interrogating, exploring, and negotiating grief, loss, and difficult topics around race and identity and coming of age. I want to read one of these poems that occurs towards the end of the collection, which I think is perhaps my favorite in this selection. Fade. Stuart talked to me in dreams so real I believed in God for those 3 years. In the first one, he knocked on the door of my childhood home. I came out as if I were 10 again. When the world is so fresh, even the neighborhood is foreign. We sat on the wooden porch great-grandfather had built, our legs dangling into the front yard. He said he was sorry for walking to California without telling anyone. He couldn't stay long, but wanted to say goodbye. Everything was perfect until I glanced away. When I looked back, his leathered face and porcelain eyes told me he wasn't in California. In other dreams, he confessed he killed himself, but was resurrected and fine except for a olive-sized hole in his head, and in others we took walks around the block, talking about all the movies that came out after he died. They all ended the same. Soon I prayed for waking, but even dead Stuart was lonely, so I kept him company. In the last dream he turned into the usual corpse, and I waited for my alarm clock. Suddenly he became whole again, jumped up, his brown skin renewed. "Just kidding," he said, as if he were never dead. And before I could do anything more than smile, he waved goodbye, walked off like John Wayne into the desert sun right before everything fades to black. That was Gary Jackson, Fade, from Missing You, Metropolis, Graywolf Press, 2010. If you enjoyed this reading and this poem, please read the description of this video for more information about Gary Jackson, where to find his work, and also where to purchase this book. I hope you're enjoying these poems and these readings. If you are, please consider liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and sharing these videos with others. I hope you're finding some measure of comfort and joy, delight, wonder, or just looking for some sort of emotional connection. I find for myself, each time I turn to these poems, I'm awakened and reminded of the broader humanity that's out there, of the experiences that we each have that at times feel so small and individual and yet somehow are also universal. I'm grateful for those who write about these experiences, both the positive and happy moments as well as the difficult and tragic ones, and the ways with which we find our way between those two modes, those two extremes. And so I'm grateful for that. I hope you are enjoying your time, especially as winter winds down and we head into something that might be closer to spring at least. And that you're finding some excitement out there, some measure of opportunity to connect, to look out beyond the small spaces that we inhabit right now, and hopefully anticipate a time in which we can all be gathered again together. Until next time, I'm Neil Aitken. This is the Hermit Poetry Series, and I'll be back again soon with more poetry. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading. Till next time, bye.